develop and train ourselves that our minds can reach a state which is tranquil and peaceful. And in this state, things that still do arise, that we can be aware of them and just to note their coming and going. He compares it to like taking a chicken and putting the chicken in the cage, and the chicken can move around in the cage, but that it doesn't go outside of the cage. If it in fact goes outside of the cage, then it is lost, or that it has lost that state of tranquility. So in the same way, the mind, that it's in a tranquil state, but that the movement of the mind, that we're very clear and aware and mindful of it. He says the thing that we must be very careful of and watch for is, of course, when the mind goes out of the cage and goes back home and wanders around the shopping center, a department store, and wherever it might decide to go, and 30 minutes later it decides to come back, and wow, where have I been? And so this is the thing that we must be very cautious about and be on the alert for. So we must be very careful about this, and so when the mind does wander and goes outside, that we must know how to pull it back, to bring it back. But he takes that a step further and he says, and in fact, the mind really goes nowhere, that it's right here all of the time. And when we're aware of that, when we're mindful of that movement of the mind is taking place right here, and it really goes nowhere. So that very mindfulness itself is the thing that brings it back, and brings it back to the place that it never left. So that as long as we are mindful of our breath, the in and out flow of the breath, that it doesn't wander, it doesn't go anywhere. But when that mindfulness is destroyed, when that mindfulness falls away, then of course it's as if the mind has gone from its meditation subject, from its mindful point. But as long as we remain mindful of this, that it remains here all the time. So as we sit and develop our practice, that the two things that become apparent are sati, which is mindfulness, and sampajanya, which translates as clearly comprehending, clearly aware of things, that these two go hand in hand. And as we develop this and practice this, he said it's like, uses the simile of two people carrying a heavy piece of wood. And as they're carrying it, that it becomes clear and aware that the mindfulness and the clear awareness